to whoever reads this is the story about Thomas the Tank Engine. It's June 22nd, 2023. It has now been a year since that horrible event that forever changed his life. The island of Sodor and the magical railway. Forever. In a railway somewhere in London, Thomas the Tank Engine has to work in an old hot tub factory for 5 years. The entire steam team had passed away, and he never really got a chance to say goodbye. Thomas is suffering from too many tears and diseases from all kinds of behaviors. Yes, I need to write down my story as soon as possible. My name is Chris Anderson, Thomas's driver. I have my journals in a locked safe, but time has not been so kind to them, so I have no choice but to write it all down based off my memory. And a little help from my journals, from the pages, because you all need to know the truth about what happened all those years ago. Thomas remembered the day like it was yesterday. The month was May. May 7th to be exact. It was 2022. It was a beautiful day in his branch line. And Anya Clabo's coaches were sparkled in the sunlight. It's May 7th, 2022. Thomas loved the island of Sodor, the magical railway owned by the magical railway steam locomotive. Lady, the magical steam that keeps Sodor alive. Thomas really loved staying on Sodor forever. Everything was going fine. He stopped at every station on the island of Sodor until Sir Topham had founded the construction of a nuclear power plant that could attract more visitors to Sodor. Thomas was not so sure. It's going to be an eyesore, but he likes the idea of doing more work on his branch line. Well, as I said, if something strange happened, I write it all down, and it seems like I was right. While I was talking to Arnold at Crosby Station about how his son's birthday went, we could hear a loud siren buzzing in the distance. What was that? Thomas cried. His driver didn't know. They were horrified, but lucky for them, Thomas had to get back to Titman's sheds so he could be safe. He puffed away as fast as he could. Thomas puffed down the line. Suddenly, firefighters sped past them. Apparently, the sirens were coming from the power plant. This is scary, Thomas cried as he puffed to Titman's sheds. Thomas arrived safely at Titman's sheds. He was too scared about the siren from the nuclear power plant. Thomas, what are you doing in Tidmouth? I heard the sirens. It would scare me. What if a tsunami comes? Or a tornado? Thomas, it's the sirens from the nuclear power plant. Thomas's driver turned on the telly. The two engines found out that it was a drill, in case there was a containment breach. Phew, Thomas said, as he calmed down. I thought the tsunami would come, or a tornado, or a flaming tornado. Percy wasn't so sure a flame tornado was real. He was just panicking. Don't you? God damn it, I knew this would happen. Thomas was shunting freight cars in the yard. He was doing great care. He thought he was taking great notice. Meanwhile, while Thomas was shunting, something went wrong. Thomas was shocked when he heard the explosion. The sirens were broken by the explosion. Thomas had to get to Tidmouth fast. He knew he might be safe, but he can't go out without help. It wasn't long until Thomas finally reached Tidmouth. Thomas finally reached Tidmouth sheds. He was safe, but he can't go out without help. Thomas knew that he would have to stay in Tidmouth sheds until a helper is on the way. He waited and waited and waited, but still no sign of any helps. Soon, this happened. Ah! Oh! 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 I'll never be the same merchant again. Is that a helper after days? Finally! In no time at all, after 5 days of being mutated, Thomas was back to the original size. But he had to be away from the mutated engines, so he was sent away from Sodor forever. Until later on, the mutation had destroyed Sodor. His steam team is paupered, and everything is completely damaged. So that is the story about how Thomas was mutated.